My name is Ken, sometimes known as Constable Ken, and very early in my career known as Kenbo the Clown. We'll come back to that story, it's a fun one. And at SA Murder Mysteries, we help people connect and have fun. Mostly we run team building events, we also run private events. And so these are team building events for colleagues where we help people connect and have fun and get to know each other. And the difference there is most events of this kind are, I think, built on hope. And we build ours on purpose. And what I mean by that is, a lot of team building events, guys would say they would go to they'd go do go-karting or 10-pin bowling, and you have an activity and you hope that at the result of this, you get to know each other a little bit better. You see a new side of your colleagues, or you build trust and connection. But what we do is we start with an interaction, we build that on purpose. We start with an interaction and you build an activity around that. Now, the on-purpose part is important, not only for us and our customers, but I think that that's probably going to be the thing that's going to be really interesting for anybody who's watching this. Because our founding story, if we go back to that, I'll tell you in a minute, it's fun. It's a little bit of that Kenbo the Clown. That founding story is the story of how you can design and build interactions, make your customers feel something, take them on a journey on purpose that any founder can do, that any leader can do. And in fact, the reason that that's important is because if you don't do that, I argue that in the next 10 to 20 years, service and product businesses are going to become pretty fungible. So we got to that founding story, and what happened? I started doing entertainment when I was 12, which is a long time ago. So what's changed in the world between, then and now? And what's changed is that it used to be that you could put on a show, and if you put on a 5-star show, that was great. That was amazing. That was top of the pops, right? And the same was true for products. If you got a 5-star product review, that meant you were amazing. If there was a 5-star restaurant, that restaurant was the best. But the thing that's changed, and you'll see it now, like if you were to take out your phone and look for a restaurant, you're not going to go to a restaurant that's got less than 5 stars, right? You're not going to buy a product on Takealot or Amazon that's got 3 stars, even though 3 is actually in the middle. 3 should be average, but it's not anymore. What's changed is that 5 stars, 5-star product, 5-star service, 5-star performance, right? 5-star team. This is the minimum requirement. It's the game has changed. 5-star service is not good enough anymore. It's a hygiene factor. It's the minimum you need to play, right? And so the founding story, what we've learned that's going to be helpful for other guys, is what to do about that. What comes next, right? How do you differentiate yourself if everybody says that they give great service, and if every product is great, right? What do you do then? Okay. So then a little bit about the founding story and what we do. So I started doing performance when I was in high school, getting paid for performances. So my friends were pumping gas and waiting tables, and I was riding unicycles and juggling fire clubs and things in casinos and hotels, and I did that for about 10 years, and I really enjoyed it. And I realized I want to do this for the rest of my life, but this isn't scalable. If I want to teach other people how to host shows, teaching them how to juggle knives on a unicycle turns out to be really hard, and so I made the switch over to Murder Mysteries, which is really built on a process. It's built on a method that we can teach other actors. So a reliable storyline that takes people on an emotional journey, that you can create this on purpose. And so what we've learned is actually that there are a whole lot of people in the world whose living is based upon reliably creating novel experiences for customers. If you go to the circus and you see a clown and he trips over his shoe and everybody laughs, it's a novel moment for that audience. But that performer does that day in, day out, every day, and gets those same laughs. In other words, they can reliably create an emotion in the hearts and minds of their customers. And so I think then that's a little bit about the founding story. And then we get into these murder mysteries where we have to promise our customers, who are, all of the listed companies in South Africa, and in fact now with virtual global companies, we have to be able to promise them that regardless of who shows up, who's in their company, those personalities, whether the guys are shy or outgoing, whether they're creative or analytical, we can guarantee that you will see a new side of your colleagues, that you will learn something about the people that you are there with. And the only way you can guarantee that is if you can build a process that can reliably, repeatably, every single time take people on an emotional journey, like make them feel something together with the other people that are in that experience. And that's kind of an obvious thing for people that are in a performance industry like us, for people that do team building events. But for other guys that are watching this call, what does it mean if you sell insurance, right? Like you have an insurance product, or you're in the service industry, or you have written an algorithm, right? You have an IT business. Like what does Ken's story mean for those guys, for you? And I think what it means is that if you have the smartest 1% of the kind of world working for you and you write an algorithm, well, somebody else can write an algorithm, right? And eventually you're going to have these things are going to become commoditized. Everyone will give great service and everyone will have great products. And what's going to differentiate businesses in the kind of 10 or 20 years time is how they can make those customers feel. And in that world, in that coming world, the guy who sells your insurance product is not an insurance salesman, he's an actor. And that iPad with your algorithm on that he uses to show it to you, that's a prop. And your website or the bank branch or your customer's home, if you go see them there, that's a stage. And the great insight is that you can script and reliably deliver interactions that make your customers feel something. And I argue that in the next kind of 10 or 20 years, customers are going to choose the businesses that make them feel the best, because all the algorithms and the products and the services, they're all going to be 5-star. They're already 5-star. You don't jump in an Uber with somebody who's got 2 stars. 5 stars is the minimum, right? So I think that's the future of the world. Or certainly, I mean, not for everybody, of course, I'm generalizing, but there are many kind of future economies, and a subscription economy is one, and these attention economy. What I'm speaking about is an experience economy, but I think it's going to be applicable to a lot of businesses.